Days before my birthday, I knew my sister would make something up to make my parents cancel the event. Mom called, "We're canceling your birthday. Your sister needs us." Dad texted, "You're the strong one." It had become a pattern I couldn't ignore anymore. So when they left for her again, I left and never came back. 10 years later, I knew it was coming. I could feel it in my bones. 3 days before my 18th birthday, the house was suffocatingly quiet. My older sister Maya had a sixth sense for my happiness. Whenever the spotlight even briefly shifted to me, she suddenly had a crisis. A panic attack, a bad breakup, a sudden mysterious illness that miraculously vanished the moment my milestones were completely ruined. When I won the state science fair, she faked a fainting spell, and they missed my presentation. When I got my first car, she crashed it within a week because she was distracted by her anxiety. But my 18th birthday was supposed to be different. My parents had promised me a dinner at a high-end steakhouse and a weekend camping trip. Just the three of us. Then my phone buzzed. It was Mom. "We're canceling the birthday dinner," she said. Her voice was frantic, breathless. I could hear the sound of suitcases zipping in the background. Maya's boyfriend just dumped her. She's absolutely inconsolable. We have to drive up to her campus. Your sister needs us. Maya's boyfriend of 2 months had dumped her. Once again, her paper cuts were being treated like bullet wounds while I was left bleeding out in the background. Before I could even formulate a response, the line went dead. 10 seconds later, my phone chimed again. Text from Dad. "Sorry, buddy. You know how she gets? You're the strong one. You can handle this." I stared at the glowing screen. That was it. That was the phrase that broke the camel's back. "You're the strong one." It wasn't a compliment. It was a life sentence. It was their way of saying my feelings didn't matter, simply because I wouldn't shatter into a million manipulative pieces if they neglected me. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. Instead, a freezing absolute clarity washed over me. The resentment I'd been swallowing for 18 years didn't boil over. It froze solid. I listened to the garage door open and close. They were gone. They didn't even come to my room to say goodbye. So I didn't say goodbye either. I pulled 2 heavy canvas duffel bags from my closet. I packed my clothes, my laptop, my social security card, and the metal lockbox under my bed that held 4 years of landscaping money. It was exactly 8,400. I walked into the kitchen and left my house keys on the marble counter. Next to them, I placed the unopened birthday card they bought me weeks ago. I walked out the front door, got into my beat-up truck, and drove out of state. I changed my number the very next morning. I deleted my social media. I completely and surgically erased myself from their existence. 10 years is a very long time to be dead to someone. It wasn't easy at first. I slept in my truck for a month. I worked grueling night shifts at a warehouse, but I paid my way through a structural engineering degree with nothing but spite and caffeine. Now I'm 28. I co-own a highly successful firm. I have a quiet, beautiful home overlooking the mountains, a golden retriever, and a life built entirely on my own terms. My peace is impenetrable. I hadn't heard a single whisper from my family in a decade, until last Tuesday. An email popped up in my professional inbox. The subject line read, "Please, we need you." It was from Dad. He had tracked down my firm's corporate directory. The email was a frantic, sprawling mess. Maya had dragged them into massive credit card debt to fund a boutique business that went bankrupt. They had co-signed her predatory loans. Now they were facing foreclosure on the childhood home. "We saw you're doing so well," Dad wrote. "We have nowhere else to go. Maya is falling apart. Please, son. We are a family. Help us. You're the strong one." I sat in my leather office chair, reading the words over and over. I didn't feel a spike of anger. I didn't feel a single ounce of pity. I just felt the exact same icy calmness from the night I walked out. They hadn't reached out to apologize. They hadn't asked if I was alive or happy or safe. They only reached out because the golden child had finally burned their house down, and they needed me to put out the fire. I didn't ignore it. I wanted them to know exactly where we stood. I hit reply and typed exactly 3 sentences. "You're right. I am the strong one, and I can handle this." I hit send, blocked the email address, and went home to celebrate my birthday.